Hey everyone, welcome to Explain This with Daniel Rivera and Carlos Rios. Today we're going to talk about my favorite little AI hack that I've been using. To Explain This is a podcast that Carlos and I started where we talk about real conversations about using AI in everyday life and work. We're here to kind of help you out and kind of pull you along our journey as we learn. We're not the pros, but we have done a lot of stuff with AI, and so we're kind of trying to get more people to follow along with us and learn as we learn. Carlos, today I want to talk about Wispr Flow and how we use it every day. And so I kind of want to share my screen really quickly and have you kind of talk through people like what Wispr Flow is and what you're using it for.
Yeah, let's do it. So the first thing with Wispr Flow is it's kind of like dictation on your iPhone, right? Except it doesn't suck. It's really good and it's really fast. So what I've been doing with it is any kind of long-winded features or anything that I want to add to a project, I just use Wispr Flow to record my voice, and then it transcribes it from there, and then we can, you can input it into Claude or into Codex or any of these things, right? And then from there, it's usually pretty good at nailing down what it is that you said. I don't even know if you've noticed this, but if you make a mistake, so if you say like, hey, I want to do this, or I want to do, you say the wrong words, it'll actually correct it for you. So even if you cut in, you say, oh, I meant this, it'll correct it as though you never said it. So it's really cool. It's kind of, you don't have to use it for AI necessarily, but it is really useful when you're trying to build a lot of things at once,
Yeah. Can you explain the process of like getting an account and how you would start to use it?
Yeah, I mean, I just downloaded it from the website just like that, and then I created an account with, I think, my Gmail account, and then from there it has like a little bar, just kind of like you see there on the desktop. It's got a little bar that you can activate either by like hovering over it, or on the Mac. I'm not sure what it is on Windows, but on the Mac you can press the function key, the FN, which is like on the bottom left row, and if you hold that down, it'll dictate for you. So, or it'll capture your dictation. And if you are if you're clicked into a text box or the search bar on your browser, it'll just auto populate that. So it'll paste in whatever you said.
Yeah.
And then you can kind of go from there.
The way I kind of describe it with people that I've talked to about it is it feels kind of like a walkie-talkie back in the day, like you push to talk. And so now you've kind of converted your keyboard into a walkie-talkie, and now you can talk to your computer instead of having to type. And I think one of the biggest things for me is that, getting excited about, trying to work on a project or trying to do something, like my ideas are flowing and my fingers can't keep up with how fast my brain is moving. And so when I'm sitting there trying to type, I just feel so slow. And I'm like, how am I going to say this? Or how am I going to put this into words, into a sentence with sentence structure? And sometimes I'm just brain dumping, right? I'm just trying to say a lot of things at once.
There.
And so even the way that I'm talking right now, if I was holding down the function button, it's kind of gathering all those words coming out of my mouth. It's using AI to kind of clean it up and structure it a little bit. And so even in the demo, when you first download it, it kind of takes you through like a little tutorial where you say, I want to create a shopping list. I need potato chips, bread, and deli meat. And it will list 1, 2, 3 potato chips, deli meat, bread. And using AI saying like, okay, well, he's creating a list. Let me put it in a list format. He's creating bullet points. Or like you said, if you make a mistake, like, oh, I need to show up at 4 o'clock. I mean, 5 o'clock. Like it doesn't literally write 4 o'clock. I mean, 5 o'clock. It just writes 5 o'clock because it's analyzing what you're saying. And so even in the little demo, as you go through those words, it shows you like how many times faster, like how many words per minute you're kind of typing using the dictation versus what the normal person types at. And sometimes it's like 3 times faster, 5 times faster, or whatever. And so it really removes one of the barriers, in my opinion, from working on anything really. Like you could dictate emails, you can dictate text messages, Word documents, and I mean, my favorite is talking to AI with it. So when I'm on ChatGPT or I'm in Claude or I'm in Gemini, instead of saying like, I need to write an email to Carlos to talk about, write an email to Carlos to talk about the podcast. I want to talk about Wispr Flow. Tell him that I want to record on Monday at 4 p.m. And it just, you know, puts that into
So you know what I noticed?
chat.
I heard you using it one time, and I'm like, man, he's literally just talking to this thing like it's someone here. And I've heard myself talking to it before, and I'm like, man, I'm just like fumbling over words, like kind of like the dictation thing, right? It's like you kind of you find yourself making a lot of mistakes. But I think it's really cool that you're kind of forcing yourself to get out of your head a little bit
Yeah.
and talk to it. And I can tell with you, like you've kind of got it down. Like you're able to think and speak at the same like frequency. Whereas myself, for some of us, it kind of reveals to you that like, hey, you actually can speak faster than you can think, or you can think faster than you can speak. And the same is true with keyboards. Are like it's always been a slower medium, so it's like okay, I can think and I can kind of take my time because I'm typing this out. But it's making me kind of catch up a little bit.
Wait,
I don't know if you experience that too.
wait, I've been known to kind of like cuss a little bit at my chatbot
Yeah,
when it returns something, AI slop or whatever. But I think the other thing too though is it really helps me kind of like brainstorm faster. And I think a lot of times if you're using anything a little bit heavier in AI, like you have that kind of like waiting window, right? So like you have ChatGPT or Claude over here on the side, and it's doing something, and it's kind of thinking and churning and buffering or whatever. Um, and so then you may have another window over here that you're working on, and then when you look back at it, it's like it came out with a result, or it's asking you a question or multiple choice, like which pathway do you want to go down? And it's so easy to click over and just like, hey, like you're right on target, keep on going on that path, or hey, you're way off. What I was focusing on was more of these aspects. And so just being able to have that conversation with it and press enter, and Wispr Flow does a really good job of cleaning up your text and kind of capturing what you're trying to say versus you know mispronouncing things, and then it comes out weird, or maybe it doesn't understand you clearly and it puts some random word in there. I think the AI behind it does a really good job of kind of capturing what you're trying to say. And so it's really accelerated my work because it's like as fast as I can talk back to Claude or ChatGPT is as fast as I'm getting the next iteration of what I'm building.
yeah. And the other thing about it too is like it's really fast at transcribing. I that was one of the first things I noticed was that you hold the key down, you talk, and then I don't even know if it's a second later, it's already pasted into the box that you've got highlighted. So it's really fast at transcribing. So it helps you to kind of move the ball along a little bit faster. And then to your point, I mean, I find myself like jumping around a lot too. So I'm going from one thing to another, or like one session in Claude to another session, and I'm able to kind of just go at it a lot quicker than if I was typing things. And so, yeah, I like it. I think it's a great tool. I don't think I would love it if it was built into the Mac. That'd be awesome. But it's really cool. But I'm on the free tier. I haven't paid for it yet, and so
Yeah.
it's really good in the free tier.
And the more people you share your link with, the more like credits it gives you to stay on the free tier. And so I've made it a point to like share it with as many people as I know, and even
Okay.
like onboard them, like, hey, let me help you install it. Let me teach you how to use it, so that I can continue to stay on the free tier. I don't know. I don't even know how they make money, honestly, because I've been on the free tier for
Yeah.
a while. But at the same time, like if I were to share the link with you and then you reach 1,000 words or whatever, then I get more bonus credits for staying on the free tier. And so then the people that I'm sharing it with are using it, so I continue to get bonus credits. But I mean, it's to the point too where like if they were to just like block it out completely, I think I would just pay the $10 a month or whatever the pricing is. I mean, I can actually
Yeah.
product. If we look over here, features, pricing, free
Let's see.
basic is 2,000 words per week on the Mac or Windows, and then $12. Even if I had to pay the $12, it's worth every penny because
It's worth it.
I move so much faster with it. There was even one weekend where I had it installed on 2 different laptops, and I was talking to one and then talking to the other, talking to one, talking to the other, and I didn't even have to like at the desk with my hands ready to type. I was just using the mouse and the Wispr Flow, and I was able to be super productive that day.
Well, even that 2,000 word per week thing, I hit that quick. I mean, once you hit that, it starts to slow you down, right? So it takes a little bit longer to transcribe the audio.
Yeah.
But it's still remarkably fast. Like it really is. But the thing about that is 2,000 words, you're going to come up once you start using it, you'll come up on that like within the first day, more than likely. But if you were to have to type 2,000 words, that would take you forever. So it's pretty crazy how quickly you can move with it.
Yeah. And sure. I think the other thing, when I initially got it, I put it into my iPhone as well, and it was working kind of seamlessly. And then like a week later, iPhone released an update, and Wispr Flow started kind of releasing a little like, we're sorry, but Apple has kind of done this to switch over to Wispr Flow. You need to do that. And they had integrated it into like initially as almost like a shortcut or like a different keyboard on the iPhone. And it's shifted since then, and it hasn't been as powerful on the phone, but it is extremely powerful on my Mac. And so Carlos and I just kind of want to jump on here to talk about Wispr Flow. If you haven't heard about it, check it out. And I'm sure we're going to share at least one of our Wispr Flow referral links in our show notes for this. So any last words, Carlos?
Try it out. And if you like it, definitely, you know, if it's worth it, pay them for it. It's great. But I don't know if it's available for Windows. Like I said, it's definitely a power user tool on the Mac because it really comes in handy. But try it out. It's great.
Awesome. Thanks, guys. Thanks for watching.